Do you work a 9 to 5, or more accurately, a 9 to never? Are you a mother, a carer, a nurse, a teacher, or the emotional backbone of everyone around you? Do you wake up already tired, push through the day on caffeine and responsibility, and collapse at night wondering why rest never really lands? If that's you, this isn't a motivation video. This is an explanation. By the end of this, you'll understand why your tiredness makes sense, and why it's not something you need to fix. Western women aren't tired because they're doing life wrong. They're tired because something subtle but profound has changed in how life is structured, and their bodies noticed before their minds did. Most women try to explain their exhaustion in practical terms: not enough sleep, too much work, stress, hormones, burnout. But that explanation never fully lands, because this tiredness doesn't disappear after rest. It lingers, it hums, it sits in the background of life. And the truth is, this isn't personal fatigue, it's environmental fatigue. For most of the last 10,000 years, women did not regulate themselves alone. They lived among other women, inside rhythm, inside repetition, inside shared labor, shared childcare, shared silence, shared grief. Life was physically demanding, but it was held. Roles were not easy, but they were shared. Time was not flexible, but it was predictable. Identity was not constantly curated, it was lived. What changed wasn't women. What changed was the environment. Modern Western life quietly dismantled collective regulation and replaced it with something else: individual, emotional self-management. We call it independence. We call it freedom. We call it empowerment. But what it often looks like is this: you must motivate yourself alone, calm yourself alone, heal yourself alone, and do it continuously, efficiently, and without needing too much from anyone else. That is not how the human nervous system evolved. Co-regulation is the state of your nervous system in the presence of another person, whether your body softens and feels safe or tightens and becomes restless. Some people make you exhale without realizing it. Others leave you tense and on edge. Your body knows before your mind does. For most of human history, women lived inside constant co-regulation, with other women, with shared presence, with predictable rhythm. Modern life removed that. Most of us now live inside nuclear families, behind picket fences. We are together, and yet profoundly alone. There is no village of women to catch the overflow. No shared nervous system to lean into, so the weight stays inside the body, and the body remembers. We are excellent at work, highly capable, articulate, reliable. We talk to our colleagues about work endlessly: deadlines, projects, performance, productivity, as if work is the center of life, as if it is the safest place to speak. But the deeper struggles rarely make it into those conversations: the exhaustion that doesn't lift, the loneliness beneath competence, the quiet overwhelm of holding everything together. So we function, we perform, we stay impressive. Because now you are not only regulating yourself, you are regulating another nervous system, or several, all day long. You absorb emotions before they have language. You stay calm so someone else can fall apart. You hold steadiness so small bodies can feel safe. There is very little space for your exhaustion to go. Very few places where you are allowed to unravel. So you keep going, you stay loving, you stay responsible. And your tiredness deepens. Not because you're doing motherhood wrong, but because you are doing it almost entirely without co-regulation. Mothers were never meant to do this alone. Not biologically, not historically, not emotionally, and yet, here we are. This is the truth that matters most. You are not tired because you are weak. You are not tired because you lack discipline or gratitude. You are not tired because you're failing at modern life. You are tired because modern life quietly asked you to do something no human system, was designed to do, to regulate yourself continuously in isolation. For most of history, women were buffered by other women, by shared rhythm, by predictable presence, by bodies around them that helped their own body soften. Modern life removed that and called it freedom. So if you've been tired in a way sleep doesn't fix, if rest hasn't touched it, if motivation comes and goes, but exhaustion remains, this tiredness makes sense. The answer isn't to push harder. It isn't to optimize yourself into functioning. It begins with understanding how much you've been carrying alone, with reducing self-management, with quieter rhythms, with more time around people who help your body soften, even a little. Not dramatic change, not fixing yourself, just slowly giving your nervous system what modern life forgot to provide. Nothing is wrong with you. You've simply been doing too much by yourself for too long. And in the next part, I want to talk about what this does to the nervous system and what actually helps gently, realistically, without forcing. This is the part most women don't have language for. Because this tiredness doesn't feel dramatic. It doesn't always look like burnout. It doesn't announce itself as crisis. It feels quieter than that. It feels like waking up already behind functioning all day and collapsing at night, resting but never fully recovering, feeling capable yet strangely depleted. This isn't exhaustion from doing too much at once. It's exhaustion from holding yourself together continuously. When a nervous system has to regulate alone for long periods of time, it adapts. It becomes vigilant, self-monitoring, efficient. You learn to stay composed. You learn to keep going. You learn to carry your emotions privately. From the outside, this looks like strength. From the inside, it feels like never fully exhaling. This is why rest doesn't work the way it used to. Because rest only restores energy when the system feels safe enough to let go. And many modern women don't, not because they're anxious by nature, but because their lives require constant self-management. You are tracking time, tracking responsibilities, tracking emotions, tracking other people's needs. Even in moments that look calm, part of you stays alert. That's not a mindset problem. That's a regulatory load. And here's the piece that's rarely said out loud. You can love your life and still be exhausted by how much of yourself it requires. You can have a partner and still be regulating alone. You can be surrounded by people and still have nowhere to put the weight. This is why so many women say, I don't know why I'm tired. Nothing is technically wrong. Exactly, nothing is wrong. What's missing is containment. Containment is what allows effort to end. It's what tells the body, I don't have to manage everything right now. Without it, the system never fully powers down. So tiredness becomes chronic, motivation becomes inconsistent, joy becomes thinner, not because you're broken, but because you've been doing something heroic for too long. Holding yourself together in an environment that offers very little holding back. This is the moment to pause and let that truth land. Not to fix it, not to judge it, just to see it clearly. Because once you understand why this tiredness exists, you can stop fighting it. And that's where rebuilding begins. How to build containment in a modern life. If modern exhaustion comes from too much self-management, then healing doesn't begin with effort. It begins with containment. Containment means your nervous system knows where the edges are. It knows when it can rest. It knows it doesn't have to be on all the time. For most of human history, containment came automatically through shared homes, shared rhythms, predictable roles, and familiar bodies nearby. Modern life removed those structures, so rebuilding containment now has to be intentional but gentle. Not dramatic, not disruptive, not optimized. Here's what that actually looks like. 1. Fewer decisions, not better decisions. Your nervous system doesn't want more freedom, it wants fewer choices. Containment begins when parts of your day stop asking questions. The same cup, the same chair, the same walk, the same hour when the lights dim. Not because variety is bad, but because predictability tells the body it's safe. You don't need to redesign your life. You need a few places where nothing new is required of you. 2. Rhythm over motivation. Motivation is unreliable when a system is tired. Rhythm is not. Rhythm means doing things because it's time, not because you feel ready, not pushing, not convincing, just repeating. This is why shared routines used to regulate entire communities. The body relaxes when it knows what comes next. Healing speeds up when life stops feeling like a constant decision. 3. Presence. Without performance, containment does not require deep conversation or emotional processing. It requires being near someone without managing yourself. Parallel presence, shared silence, doing separate things in the same space. 4. Letting some things stay unfinished. A regulated system does not need closure on everything. Some thoughts don't need answers. Some feelings don't need processing. Some stories don't need to be revisited again. Containment grows when you stop reopening every internal loop. Peace often comes from not touching certain things for a while. 5. Reducing self-observation. One of the most radical forms of healing is this. Stop checking whether you're healing. Stop asking, am I calm yet? Why am I still tired? Shouldn't this be working by now? That monitoring is self-management. Regulation deepens when attention moves outward. To texture, light, routine, presence. You are allowed to rest without improving. The quiet truth. Rebuilding containment is not about becoming softer forever. It's about giving your nervous system enough safety to recover its strength. When regulation returns, clarity comes back, energy becomes steadier, motivation stops feeling forced. Not because you worked harder, but because your body finally stopped working alone. Your exhaustion is not evidence of failure. It is evidence of endurance. And healing does not begin with doing more. It begins with being held by rhythm, by predictability, by presence. Even in small ways, even imperfectly, even now. Final motif. You're not exhausted because you're failing. You're exhausted because you've been holding yourself together alone. Let it land. Final question for you. Where in my life am I managing myself because there's no one and nothing holding me? No answer required, just awareness. Nothing is wrong with you. Your body has been doing exactly what it had to do to survive the environment it was placed in. And now, slowly, it's allowed to do less. That's not weakness, that's wisdom.